Hello, welcome to a new video. Today I'm bringing you a tag video. I think it's been a little while since I did a tag video before, but this one is the Hamilton book tag for Act 1. This is original book tag created by Andy over at Zebra Reads, and it is a prompt for every song in the first act of Hamilton the musical. I'm just saying right now, I am actually not doing all of these prompts, just because I think my answers for some of these would be spoilery and I don't want to do spoilers. So this is spoiler free. I will still tell you the prompt, but you know, I'm not going to actually tell you a book for some of them. So first up, we have Alexander Hamilton, a book with a main character that you think everyone needs to know about. I don't know a physical copy of this, unfortunately, but it is The Mighty Nine Origins, Jester Lavore. Jester is my favourite Critical Role character probably ever. I love Laura Bailey. I love her character Vex in Vox Machina. And I love what I've seen of her character Imogen in Campaign 3. However, Jester Lavore is possibly the best character. Like, I absolutely love Jester. I don't know how anyone could not love Jester. Just saying. And this is like her backstory, and I love it so much. And I love her. Next up is Aaron Burr Sir, a book with an epic friend group. There are so many books I could choose from this, and to be honest, any of the series in this world I could choose, but I'm going with Infernal Devices by Cassandra Clare. So I love the friends in Mortal Instruments and all the others. However, Will, Jem, Tessa, I'm here for those. I'm here for them. And The Last Hours as well, maybe, but I'm going with Infernal Devices because Will, Jem and Tessa are like top tier. So yeah. Next is My Shot, a book that features an overly ambitious character. So for this I'm choosing The Luminaries by Susan Dennard. Winnie has been ostracised because of something her dad did, I think 2 years ago or 4 years ago. 4 years ago. And it means she's not been able to continue the training that she would have been doing if her dad had not messed up. And the reason she's an overly ambitious character is because once she turns 16, she is allowed to take these trials to become a Luminari. This isn't spoilery, by the way, it's in the blurb. And she decides to do these trials. She's not had training for 4 years. That is the definition of overly ambitious. So Luminaries. Next is The Story of Tonight, a book where someone gives a speech before a battle or fight, or a book where someone gives some kind of pre-game speech or hype-up speech. I am pretty sure there are multiple like speeches before battles and that in Kingdom of Ash. There is big battles in this. So I'm going to say Kingdom of Ash because I feel like Aelin is like hype queen and I love her. Next up is The Schuyler Sisters, a book that features a great sibling relationship. Now, I was originally going to do Lady Midnight for this because the Dark Artifices has an incredible sibling like relationships. However, I'm not going to be basic and use Cassandra Clare again. I'm saying In Deeper Waters by F.T. Lukens. Are we shocked? No. This is one of my favourite things about F.T. Lukens books. The sibling relationship in this, relationships in this, is just so supportive and loving, and I'm just so here for it because a lot of YA fantasies just have abusive family relationships, so it's nice to see some good for a change. Next is Farmer Refuted, a character that you hate or wish would just shut up, or makes you want to roll your eyes so hard they get lost in the back of your head. For this I don't have the physical copy anymore. Secretly Yours by Tessa Bailey. I'm going to be honest, I don't remember either of the main characters' names, especially him, but also her and her best friend, who was supposed to be British, and it was just terribly done. Just every character in this book I hated, and just this book in general. The next one I'm not actually answering, so it's You'll Be Back, a book with a character that is manipulative or abusive, or a book with a hilarious villain. I'm going to be honest, if a book very clearly has a manipulative or abusive like character, I tend to like not bother picking it up. I haven't read them, so this isn't me recommending them, but Colleen Hoover is going to have manipulative. And hilarious villain, I'm going to be honest, I was looking through all my books and I'm like, I can't think of any that have funny villains. So I don't think I can answer this one. So this one isn't me not answering it because it's a spoiler. It's me just not having an answer. Next up, Right Hand Man, a book with your favourite sidekick or companion. I've been talking about this book a lot more lately since I read the sequel. It's Jinxed by Amy McCulloch. Jinx is a cat Baku and I just am obsessed. I would like my very own Jinx. And that's not me saying I want to get a cat. It's me saying I want a Jinx. Jinx specifically. My little robot cat. I would love one, please and thank you. So yeah. Next we have A Winter's Ball, your favourite book, boyfriend, or favourite male main character. We're not going to be shocked. It's Adam Coulson. I love him. But I could also say Jem Carstairs from Infernal Devices, but Adam Coulson. I love him. He's amazing. Yes, it is partially because he is Adam Driver / Kylo Ren coded, but that is not the point. That was not the question. There is a second part to this one, which is a male main character who was a womanizer before the novel takes place. I can't think of any that would fit that, but also that could be spoilery, so I don't want to say something based on that. So favourite male main character. Next up is Helpless, a book with insta-love, or a book with a cover that is so beautiful it was love at first sight for you. I'm going to be honest, I can't think of any books with insta-love other than maybe Fae books, but even them, like, not always insta-love. I don't tend to pick books if I know there's going to be insta-love in them. So I'm going with a book with a cover so beautiful. Daughter of the Moon Goddess by Sue Lynn Tan. Now, I knew this was going to be in a fairy loot, but the cover, both this Waterstones cover, which is the normal UK cover, and the fairy loot one were just so beautiful. I was like, I need to read this book. I didn't know what it was about, but I was like, this is so beautiful. I need this book in my life. So that is the reason I have 2 copies of this book. Well, each book in the series, to be honest, because yeah, but I ended up loving it, so it was worth it. Next up, we have Satisfied, a book where you wish the side character got a better story or ending. Now, I'm going to tell you the book. However, I'm not going to tell you the character name because that would be spoilery. So the book this character is from is House of Flame and Shadow by Sarah J Maas. There is one, possibly 2 characters that are side characters that I think could have had a much better story. And I will die on this hill. And if there is a 4th book, we better get that better story. So yeah. The next one is Wait For It, a character who has much more to them than they first appear. I couldn't think of any books for this that wouldn't be spoilery to know that this character has more to them. So I'm not answering that one. The next one after that is Stay Alive, a dead character you want to revive. You don't need to name the character if it's a spoiler, just the book, or a book you want to revive the hype for. So this, I'm going to say the character's name, but this series is set like 100 years in the past, so this is not a spoiler that this character is dead. Will Herondale. It's Will Herondale from Infernal Devices. I love him. The next 3 are ones I'm not answering. So Tendril Commandments is a book where the characters deal with an issue in a stupid and immature way. I can't actually think of any for this. Genuinely cannot think of any. I was racking my brains and I was like, I don't know. Then Meet Me Inside, a book where a character really oversteps, or a book where a character gets a dressing down or telling off. I had an answer for this, but it was extremely spoilery, so I'm not going to say it. That Would Be Enough, a book with a reveal that changes the course of the characters' lives. I actually don't like this prompt because any answer to this is going to be spoilery. because knowing that there's going to be a reveal that's going to change a character's life, like I can think of one book in particular, but it is such a big spoiler, I couldn't do that. So I am skipping that one. The next one is actually one of my favourite songs from the musical. It's Guns and Ships, a book that reads really fast. I'm just going to say literally anything by Ali Hazelwood. Anything by Ali Hazelwood, or any manga or graphic novel. The next one is History Has Its Eyes on You, a book about a major historical event. For this, I'm going to give you Dangerous Remedy by Kat Dunn. I never see anyone talking about this series, and to be honest, I read this first book years ago, and then this year I read books 2 and 3 and completed the series, but no one ever talks about it. This is set during the French Revolution. It's set in 1794, so smack bang in the French Revolution. Whilst it does feature a fair amount of French Revolution, that is not the main plot of it. But it is a major historical event, and it's in this book. The next one is the last one that I'm not answering, and it's Yorktown, a book where the underdog or underdogs pull together and come out the winners against all odds. Again, this could be really spoilery for anything I give you, so I'm not going to answer that because we don't do spoilers here. We don't do spoilers. The next one is What Comes Next, a series where you're dying for the sequel. Now, I really didn't want to use the same book twice in this, but the Luminaries series, I've binged the first 2 last month, and now I would like book 3, please and thank you, but it's not out till November, so that makes me really sad. So yeah. Next up is Dear Theodosia, a book with a good parent or parent-child relationship. For this, I'm choosing This Poison Heart by Kaylin Bayron. I think this has such a good parent-child relationship in it, and it is so refreshing. Like with In Deeper Waters having great sibling relationships, it is so nice to see good parent-child relationships in a YA fantasy. This is YA fantasy horror type situation, but still, this genre and age range rarely has good parent-child relationships, so it's good to see one. And then the final song in Act 1 is Non-Stop, a series you read start to finish, or a writer you love who has a huge backlist. This actually fits both. It's the Morganville Vampire series by Rachel Caine. Now, I binged this series the first time I read it, and also Rachel Caine has a huge backlog of books, and there's a lot of them that I do want to read. I started the Stillhouse Lake series, and I have the first book in the Honor Among Thieves series, which she co-wrote with another author. But yeah, she had a lot of books. Okay, so that was my answers for the Hamilton book tag Act 1. There will be Act 2 coming at some point. I don't know when. Maybe next month, hopefully next month. I'm going to try and plan it in. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you next time. Bye.